Oh man, it feels good to be back. Another episode of the Inner Circle podcast once again.
We live on the TiC Live Show. We know
We
we
are
say TiC Podcast, but we're going to change the show name just for branding purposes. So this is the TiC Live Show. And today we have our panel. We got Pops over here or over there.
Yo.
And then we got Dark Scorch down here.
Hi.
That's all you got to say?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just heard you got a Steam Deck, man. Tell us about that. How about
Dude.
that? I just put you on the spot for the intro.
It's a Steam
He got
Deck.
put on the
I
spot.
got it from my friend who is here, which is why we're late. I'm sorry.
Man. So what's that, the Mini or XL?
It's
Which one is
it's the mini one. It's
Okay.
literally small size of my hand, right? Only one cord. So I'll have to test this out after this. So I'll probably be streaming and messing around with that. But can't wait to use it. Shout out to my homeboy.
That's what's up, man. You got some good friends. Pops, how you doing?
I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. I was trying to let people know we were live, but I didn't get a chance. That's why I'm looking down at. I'm feeling good, man. It's the new year. We got the new show going. I mean, like, I'm excited how this is gonna play out, you know, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So yeah, we here. Here.
That's what's up, man. And I'm just chilling, man. Just
Hey, excuse me. How you doing, Mr. McPerk?
I'm doing very well. I need a cup of coffee, but Jason, I haven't had any caffeine today. But other than that, I'm doing extremely well. Thank you for asking, Mr. Pops.
Yeah, Mr. Pops.
Yeah. So when was our last show? Our last show was what, in December?
Last year.
13th, something
Yeah,
like
last
that.
year. So we got a lot to talk about, man. We got to do a nice little warm up. So, anything you get for Christmas? Any gaming related items or anything on Christmas? What y'all guys get?
I got Xbox Live membership.
A
I
membership?
got that's cool. I got a gaming online light box or something like that. Trey gave it to us.
I bought a new Xbox controller because my Xbox controller had drift stick, and so I had a $50 gift card, and I got a new Xbox controller, so I can start gaming again, even though my Xbox is technically not plugged in yet. So I gotta get all my stuff set up in here. So trying to get the studio up so I could do some type of gaming at least in between work. So that's what I got, man. So, man, there's been a lot going on in the game industry, man. Any news or anything y'all guys want to talk about, or what's new in those gaming streets, Dark Scorch?
A lot of people getting laid off.
Yeah.
Twitch is no longer profitable, at least for the company. Like, they're not making money. What else? More layoffs that I've been seeing on LinkedIn. I know I sent some things to you as well a while back talking about it, but I don't remember what. But that's all the news I've heard. I think there's Power World is coming out, that Pokemon shooting game where you can shoot Pokemon and capture them, but it's not Pokemon.
Oh, it's not a Nintendo product?
No, it's called Power World. And
what is it, like ducks?
What?
Hold on.
No. So think Pokemon, right? Think Pokemon. Oh, what's the new Pokemon games? Damn.
Pokemon, the new ones, yeah. With the ones you can ride on a car.
Yeah. You can run around the whole island or whatever.
Yeah.
Take that, throw guns in it.
So is it a mod?
And crafting. Huh?
Is it real Pokemon or is that just?
No. It's like
your
Pokemon.
Own.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's some new products out there. That's why I was like, huh?
You need to learn to speak Gen Z. McPerk. You got to learn to speak Gen Z.
No, because if there's a new Pokemon game, that's the
right. That's what I'm saying.
Because there is a lot of new Pokemon news. Like there's a new television show that just got pushed back, a Netflix show. So there's like Pokemon is a subject of I don't.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. in the world of the Pokemon. Last time I was playing Pokemon, Professor Oak was out there. He was the guy that gave me the Pokeball. So dang, so the game industry got.
He not out there no more.
I just sent it.
Sorry,
to that's the trailer.
Yeah, so we'll look at that later. So, gaming layoffs, man. So you a game developer? What's going on with the game industry?
A lot of people are getting laid off, and the reason is there is no reason. They're just laying them off.
I mean, there's always a reason. Is it because the content ain't coming out, or the game developers? I mean,
I think it's more like it's just a company thing. Like they hire a lot of people, and then they go, "Oh shit, we hired a lot of people. We don't have the money for that."
The game content for this year is not looking too good either. Like the lineup for 2024 is a little dry. Like, I mean, what they got in the pipeline for the next 2 years? Like, I'm like,
I think since go ahead, Bert. I'm sorry.
It's sort of like the content is being like not churned out fast enough or something, like, but there ain't nothing really impactful, like nothing big and major, like
except Final Fantasy.
I mean, Final Fantasy itself, like I seen that the director of Final Fantasy, speaking of that, he said he ain't doing the director of Final Fantasy 16 and 14, I don't know his name, but he said that he's not developing Final Fantasy 17. And he thinks that a younger generation needs to start working on the Final Fantasy major intellectual property. So I did see that, but man, that's crazy. So
we're in this space of time. Like I watch it all, the overall big picture, everything in this space of time where all the content is readily available for everybody at all times. So when they're creating new games, we're at this place where like you could go play your old games. Nobody's like, oh, I'm going to play the newest game because so much content is coming out. And then with that happening, they're not spending as much time on games to make them worthy of that because they don't see a profit. Like, if you notice, like, look at how a lot of games, like even like Halo Infinite has been like, free to play, but then you download all this stuff. We're in that space, and then some people are selling games. So this is like the weirdest time with all this content being readily available for everybody. It's like a lot of people, but still almost too much content. No, like nobody's gonna say, "Oh, we gotta play." Like remember how like this 20 years ago when me and McPerk was told by somebody, "Oh, we should be playing this. We should be playing Halo."
Like, and it's he was like, "Yo, y'all need to get that new Phantom Dust." Like, huh? What is Phantom Dust? Like,
right. So like, and now with the games coming out, like, it's like nobody really like you can't even do that. Even if a game goes viral right now, it's only gonna be viral for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. That's what it goes. It comes so fast and goes away so fast, and it's like we sit up here and get stuck with all this content, like. I got new games I haven't even started yet, like brand new games to download that I haven't even downloaded yet, And
because you want to hit
crazy.
On Halo, no.
It's definitely true because since they offered this gaming as a service type of behavior, it's like they almost deplete because the games, people like Fortnite, for example, that's a massive service, and now they're putting multiple products into the game. You got this new Lego and all these other modes where it seems like the game industry wants you to just be in that one universe and play that one game. So it makes sense with the content scarcity because the consumer is now trained to play what they're playing. So if you're a WoW guy, and I really hate that. Like, back in the day, like when it was an RPG game, like you had people that was dedicated only to WoW. And then you had people that were dedicated to Final Fantasy. Makes sense for games you paid for, but not really paid for, but paid for monthly as a service. That's what I meant to say. But now it's like since everything became a service, it has made single player content very, very scarce. There ain't nothing to develop now because the products are just sitting there, just be ready to play. They don't need the staff and new graphics. So it makes sense for layoffs to happen too, where the industry itself is becoming something completely different.
And then multiple people, it's always been this way, but like they're really seeing that multiple, like with new technology and software, like 3 jobs can be done by one person.
Oh yeah,
You know,
AI
so
is a part of that too.
yeah. So I mean that's that downside of it. You know that everybody. We're excited for all this new technology, but technology takes away jobs. You know, it just does, and like you just get. You got to just know that. So you got to develop your skill set beyond just 1 or 2 jobs. You have to be able to do multitask and do a lot of different things. You know.
I mean,
So
in the humanly possible, the gaming, there's a lot of things that go into the gaming, particularly the programming side. Yeah, like you said, AI is definitely getting into that particular piece as well. Unreal Engine got new plugins, and they don't need the human interaction to do what they used to have to do manually.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that makes total sense why the content's scarce. So I mean, definitely we hitting the was the coffin on a nail or nail on a coffin or whatever it is. I don't know the saying, but we just freestyle it. But yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. I mean, so the companies are downsizing to squeeze more profits out of them, getting rid of staff, changing their talent out, and yeah, but
But
that's
that
what's
makes
making
it take
games suck though.
yeah, it takes too long to get content out because you're downsizing, I think.
Hmm.
Because it's like this person has to do these 3 things where it was like this person can just focus on this and make this good, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
This thing that was going to take a week is now 2 weeks because they laid off 2 people that were working on it.
Hmm.
Right.
And then on top of that, you have companies trying to capitalize on like what Fortnite did, the season pass, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite kind of like
They invented
revolutionized
that.
the season pass. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing great. It's working for them, but like Halo Infinite's trying to do it. And it's like, should Halo do it? Should this game really do it? You know?
I
Halo.
think something that that's my thing. Halo. I think Halo will really win by just getting some more. And this sounds weird, but downloadable skins will change the game for Halo because it'll bring people back to be able to do what they wanted. I don't know how easy it'll be to do. Like, and I don't mean download the skin like people like they do in like Fortnite or Call of Duty. I don't even know how they do it in Call of Duty, but like just like having your own set of skins that you want on weapons, skins that you want on cars. It'll bring back in some more personalized. No matter how personalized you get in the game, you still got somebody that's gonna can copy you almost right away and stuff like that. So
So you're
I think
saying
it's
having more skins available?
pretty much that. Like, and I mean like licensed skins, like skins of other things, like
Like Nicki
all the things
Minaj.
that
I don't want no damn Nicki Minaj skin.
I don't want Nicki
Hell no.
Minaj, but I don't want Nicki Minaj.
Pink Friday 2, body
Hey,
armor, or
I'm trying to think. So if I can have like a keyblade hanging off my battle rifle or something like that, that'll be worth like a couple dollars to me. Like stuff like that. Like the stuff that they put out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily like just skin like.
You want Nicki Minaj? And
Nah, you.
Pink Friday 2. You want that Pink Friday 2 body armor? Matter of fact, you want the Nicki Minaj braids joint to be going on that joint.
I haven't even seen it. Like I don't even know what it does. Like I just like I know people who play it. Some of my best friends play. And it's like they out there killing Snoop and Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I see Spider-Man and stuff on Fortnite, and I'm like, that's, to be honest, people think that. So Halo has the best community as far as
down because it's distorted, or turn your mic down a little bit on the system. Because
I don't know. I think just because I'm yelling. I'll stop. I'm getting loud. I get excited. So
you're getting
exactly, exactly. So Halo, Fortnite, Call of Duty, 3 games. They're all different. They all getting their proper press. Like so they're all like their own different game. They got and Halo has one of the highest, or could be highest, interaction because they're HCS. I would do so much with that, with the interaction of the community and stuff like that. They can really take over if they did stuff like that. It's not even a headset, for instance. It's still coming from the computer, so it's not the headset. That's just I'm just using that for sound. I mean for listening. Thanks for saying that though. But yeah. So I think other people play a lot of other games. It's not because that game is so much better. They just have more content that's personable to people. Like when somebody you get a battle rifle with dice on it. That's cool. You get a battle rifle with pizza on it. That's cool. All that stuff for the fries, all that good stuff. I like the metal, the diamond looking stuff, but it's it needs to be more where somebody can say, I can see my other content there. I can see something else I love there. And that's why I think those other games are not, yeah, get some water, Scorch. Hydrate. I think that's why, it doesn't like, that's because that's the only difference. Halo's been around for a while. Call of Duty's been around a long time too. That's not they're their own games.
I think that hold on, let me interject real quick before I forget this thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Halo itself should be different than the standard battle pass copying and pasting system. Like I feel like Halo should be more like Armor Core, where they sell pieces that can be molded to the armor versus like I can take this, like let's just say for instance, like instead of the battle rifle, I can literally piece it together. Where different, like the customization of the armor, instead of them giving me a generic piece of skin, like I might want to add a United States metal piece on my armor on my left chest, and then maybe a Mexico chest plate on the side, so I'm representing two countries, so you can see it.
Right.
So a more in-depth customization, like getting really in the details. Like I want to change how the carrying handle.
I mean, they definitely do it in Forza, so they have the resources to do it because Forza is very notorious for piecing together vehicles like that. Like with cars, you can put the rims on, the fender bender. Like I feel like
it doesn't have to do anything different. I don't want it to do what other games do, where they get to power up their weapons in arena.
I mean, but powering up weapons is a different thing. We're literally talking about more
just
control
skin
of the skin. And the current battle pass is sort of like for that particular game is the battle pass since launch on Halo has been mediocre anyway. Like it's just a copy and paste that take too long to grind up, as well as the rewards ain't really motivating for you to move to that level. But if you're able to get if you're able to get a Microsoft sticker or an Xbox sticker on your helmet, or even getting an OG Xbox logo put on your armor, I think people would want to grind that battle pass to be like, yo, I'm trying to get that Xbox OG armor. That make the whole, as well as if you literally you have to piece the whole suit together. So if you want your Spartan to look like a whole Xbox, with the like instead of the Iron Man logo, I got the Xbox emblem right in the middle of my chest. So I think that will help that, as well as it diversifies its battle pass compared to the rest of the industry. Like the battle pass thing is sort of like it's saturated. I don't know if you ever played Warframe or ever seen Warframe, but Warframe, the Spartans should be built like a Warframe, in my opinion. A little bit more detailed, a little bit more additional add-ons, not just a downloadable skin, because I might not like that skin. I mean, when I played the battle pass on Fortnite, for example, I only played the battle passes if I wanted that exclusive skin. But the way they've been doing it lately is that those skins are purchasable. Like I could throw my money at it, so it's not even worth me even playing the battle pass no more, because the skin is available, and the skins that I truly want, I could just throw the money on it. Like I feel like those exclusive skins, if you want to make the game profitable, you need to give me something worthy to grind on. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you. I'm looking at the battle pass right now, and a lot of the tiers are like meh skins. Like, why is there like a giant skin that makes me orange, my undersuit orange, and the top gray? Like, why is that in here? Like that should be substituted with like a cool skin or armor piece for my Spartan. Like they recently reduced it from 100 to 50, and we're like, yeah, we noticed a lot of people aren't really grinding it. It's like, well, yeah, because you have skins in here that aren't like worthy of being in a battle pass. It looks more like a $5 skin that should be on the store. Like you could make the battle pass 100 or 100 tiers, but make everything in here a thing that I should be like, oh, I want to pay money for this. If not, it should go on the store or be earned through gameplay like challenges.
Yeah, like who wouldn't want to put an Xbox Connect emblem on
Helmet,
their head?
visor, yeah, I
Yeah, like they
fucking pay
visor. That joint
$5
look
for
like.
that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't mind looking like a whole piece of 360 out here in the battlefield. That nice cocaine white body. That's what the 360 looked like for real, for real. So I think that would be nice if they did that. But yeah, this gaming as a service is definitely becoming a problem, and I think the companies need to reevaluate how their revenue models are working, because that right there, like they have a program of currently implemented in the consumer's mind, but that's going to eventually fade away and they're going to be scrambling for something new. Speaking of battle passes, I don't know if you kept up with the news, but China has made it illegal to put in daily rewards in their mobile games, similar to a battle pass, because they said that their consumers spending too much on gaming. So even something like that happening, where let's just say if you were in the gaming industry in China, the battle pass ain't gonna work. Daily logins ain't gonna work no more. So if it happened there, what's gonna stop the current consumer be like, yo, the next generation of gamers, like, we not doing that. Like, that's stupid. Like, we done with this digital purchasing thing. So I think they really need to figure something out. I mean, the battle pass is definitely a money grab, but everything don't need to be a battle pass.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a battle pass to go to the restroom. Oh, I need a battle pass to flush the toilet.
It's included in the tip, no?
For real, for real.
No, speaking of like the money part, I saw something on Twitter where somebody at Ubisoft made a comment where it's like, I think Ubisoft was changing their policy on on you purchasing games through them, where it's like you don't own it. And they were like, oh, gamers just need to realize that you don't own games anymore. And somebody replied with, well, Ubisoft just needs to realize they'll go bankrupt.
Yeah, and that's what we're in a hybrid market. I seen those reports too. We not going to be able to own our content no more. I don't. The thing is, I think that I have a very mixed opinion about that. So I think that's going to backfire on them very, very bad, because they're getting too greedy, like they did in the Atari days when the whole gaming industry bankrupt. Because remember, Nintendo was the Lord and Savior of the gaming industry because they all was scared. So history is repeating itself in a different way. We're hitting a bubble where the profitability is at a threshold. Understand, but y'all need to get more creative with your threshold. And I think Nintendo, Nintendo's next gen system is still going to have that physical media component to it, because that's how they keep their customers intangible to their products. Versus a Steam Deck. Yes, the Steam Deck is cool, but everything's digital, which, you can have multiple games on it. But the thing about owning the licenses and things like that, like I know we talked about that on our last show, more about the licensing ownership. It's going to get to the point where you're going to hurt yourself, because hard drive space is still limited in this market. So all digital is not working. I mean, I have data caps on my personal internet. I don't have unlimited data on my internet. So I'm not about to sit up here and just keep installing and uninstalling games. So the hard drive space, the marketplace, as well as the technology is not there to be going 100% digital. Because if I'm going 100% digital, I need to at least have 8 terabytes available to me on my stock system. Don't give me no 1 terabyte. Don't give me no 2 terabyte. I want 8 terabytes in the hardware built in, so I can at least have access to my digital library completely. So as well as, like, I want the options to be able to upgrade it within time. So I think them talking about somebody in the industry don't want you to own the game, and it's mainly because somebody's just being greedy, in my opinion. So I don't get the profitability. Like, these people, those CEOs are just getting ridiculous, and those are the people that don't play games. They just on their yacht talking about they're the CEO of something. It's just
they're painted into a corner, like when you go public with a company. So you got the people who really care about the game screaming in one ear, and you got the people who own stock in the company screaming in the other ear talking about profit. I mean, same thing that Disney dealt with all their content. It was like, we're making all this money, and the Infinite Saga went crazy, and then we got to put out all these shows now. Now, like, I think they only got one Marvel movie coming out this year, I think, and it's Deadpool. It's interesting, man, because they painted themselves all the way into a corner, and that's what it's not like, and we could say CEO, but who do we know that really
the investors are the issue, but the thing is, the consumer is what the board of directors of a company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand from a CEO standpoint saying, hey, I gotta make investment capital for the board of directors, but the board of directors need to stop being so damn stupid, because once the consumer changes the way they operate, you're going to lose money eventually, and you're going to be mad because you're going to lose money in the future. So you're supposed to invest in the sustainability of a company as well as a sustainable profit, not to make $1 billion or $1 trillion next year. You're not going to squeeze. Gamers are still some of the most cheapest, expensive consumers. They're very fragile. They're going to look at your content and be like, that game ain't worth 70, that game ain't worth 20, that game ain't even worth $5. So they have to, the board of directors and CEOs are going to have to get more aggressive and tell their board of directors to shut up, sit down, and let us figure this out together, and stop listening to who got the most money. Even though he can pull and cripple the company, don't let a board of director have that much damn power. Y'all supposed to be the biggest and massive thing. Like, come on, man. Speaking of that, let's switch to the next subject. Did you hear about, there was a rumor saying that Microsoft might be pulling out of the console market, and they want to be like Sega and go third-party publishing. So pretty much Xbox will be publishing games on multiple consoles.
So like a Netflix type of thing?
Not a Netflix
with their Game
type
Pass,
of thing.
because that's what it seems like.
So the rumor is that the Xbox is not getting the market share that they want. So they, by them buying Activision and Blizzard, Sega used to make consoles. Sega hasn't made any consoles. They still make games. So instead of them making console hardware, their goal is to become, well, the rumored goal is that they might want to be a third-party publisher, Xbox Studios. So instead of it being, so that means like possibly Xbox titles will be on the next Nintendo. I'm pretty sure Sony ain't going to go. I'm pretty sure Sony is like, we don't care what you're doing. We're not giving you access to our development kits, because Sony don't trust Microsoft, in my opinion. But I'm not in the industry and not prevalent to that information. I'm just coming up with assumptions. but that's I heard that rumor. What you think of that, and do you think that can happen?
Because me? First, I would say, like
something to respond to that, but I don't think I can find it.
We've seen everything work, and we've seen everything not work. So we kind of like looking at like Sega's still doing their thing, whatever, and they don't have a console out, And Microsoft is such a big conglomerate, I don't know if it even matters at this point. To be honest, when you think about like the way we play the game now, it's almost like we don't even need the console anyway, especially with people using Steam and all that stuff on the computer. So it really wouldn't even do anything really. Like right now, for the last couple generations of gaming, all we had were computers anyway. They're just like computers disguised boxes or consoles disguised as computers, or vice versa. That's all that they are anymore. And now, anyways, it changed. I don't remember which game it was, but I think around Dreamcast time, that's when it started looking like, oh, this ain't nothing but another computer. It's running the same software and blah 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 and all that stuff. And then after that, it was the same thing with everybody.
Say it again. I wasn't paying attention.
I think what as well as you're right. I mean, that really took place during the PS4 era when when all the architecture became similar. Because prior to that, everybody was.
But it started with that Dreamcast. That's why Dreamcast.
So Dreamcast, when it came to the computer part of it and computer component, it really started with Xbox because Xbox shoved a whole hard drive in the system. Like it had a Western Digital component inside of it, as well as it had a standard CD drive from a PC in it. Like it had a Samsung drive. So Microsoft, the Xbox itself, really brought that PC architecture, and I think it ran an Intel Pentium 3. I want to say processor.
It wasn't the Xbox, the original, just a computer, but hardwired to just do video games.
Exactly. The architecture was the same.
Well, it was something about Dreamcast. Didn't they run Windows or something like that? Or what was it?
It had a build in front of it called Windows CE. So
that's what it was.
If you look at the front of a, so there's two development. I believe it's a development kit, but the Dreamcast had powered by Windows CE. So some of the games were Windows CE driven.
Okay, I understand.
That was like I don't know what Windows CE was, but it did have a Windows logo on the front.
Right. So the actual hard drive itself came with the Xbox. Right.
The hard drive itself was an Xbox thing. That's where we got out of the world of memory.
So that's why I say it won't even do anything different, man. I mean, like right now we're kind of in that. So if they do it, games are still going to be played. All that stuff is going to be out like that. It's certain things like you get to look at and fight and say, okay, this is happening or that is happening. But then it's like sometimes it's like we've seen this before. Like, when people talk about the world getting warmer, it's like if you go back far enough in the history, it did what it did and it comes back around. We just living through it with all this chatter. Everybody gets to say what they say, and depending on how many likes and views you get, how relevant it is, and it's all just mess, and it goes away in 2 weeks anyway.
So we Scorch just sent the link. We're gonna play this link and see what this report is saying, so we can have some commentary on particular guy.
Cool.
This
I found it. Look at me doing news reporting.
From Tom Warren from Twitter or X, or what you say. My government.
This looks cool.
Sending no email to me.
He's using Light Theme. I
mean, it is what it is. But let's play this and see what's cracking. I'm gonna put this on a big screen. Oh, that's not the big screen. Let's see what's cracking.
Jacob asks about the health and future of Xbox. Satya, could you give an update on our gaming business?
Yeah, obviously we're very, very excited about everything that's going on in gaming, especially with the close of Activision, Blizzard, and King. We think that now we have the ability to really do what we've always set out to do, which is build great games and deliver them to folks across all platforms, right? Which is Xbox and consoles, the PCs, and now even including mobile gaming and cloud gaming. So we're excited about the future. We want to do our very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us. But also, I see tremendous synergy between what we're doing up and down the AI stack. I always say Microsoft's not a conglomerate. We have one platform that we express through multiple different addressable markets, and gaming is one. So when I think about AI, what we're doing at the infrastructure layer or what we will do at the edge, it's sort of the same set of transistors that first were used for graphics. Guess what? Are being used for AI. So you can connect the dots and see why gaming is going to be more strategic to us.
So,
hey, how long was that video?
Like 1 minute.
1 minute and what?
So I like how he said. There was two things I picked up on his language. First off, he don't agree with you, Pops. He said Microsoft is not a conglomerate.
I know. Then I just said it. He just like I watched the video. Right. He was in our living room. He was watching. He watching.
He said Microsoft is definitely not a conglomerate.
Yeah. Say it how you want.
Yeah. But the part that I thought was really funny, how he skipped the word consoles. He was choking a little bit. He was like, consoles. Like he knows that the boys. He knows.
Yeah.
You ain't coming over here.
But Sony is gonna do the same thing. It's all like. When you get to the point where you can play the same game on your phone and then the console has got to be obsolete because the console is not going to do anything like a computer, you know. So the phone and the computer are more like
yeah, but
you know, usable.
That's a dangerous.
It's gonna be weird, like it is. But I mean, but everybody will end up doing it because it's like they messed up when they cross platforms, bro. Like that's the problem. Like that's one of those. You see these little things that happen, and it be little things that happen little by little, and then they grow and grow and grow. When you cross platform play, and then start being able to game from your phone the same game that you got to game from a console, and then the same game you can game from your computer, who's going to fall first? The console.
No, I don't think so.
No, it like think about it. It would have to.
Nintendo proved otherwise because everybody
Nintendo doesn't cross game though. Nintendo does.
I don't think it'll fall. It'll just not.
I don't mean I don't mean fall. Like it'll be like the lowest tier of it. They're not going to be able to make a whole lot of money.
I don't know about that because Pokemon.
Nintendo does it. They do it different though, man. You can't play
They'll be like, we'll throw this over there.
He said console, meaning it's not just Sony. We're talking about literally if Microsoft did drop out of the console wars, there's still two consoles on the market, which is the Nintendo's infrastructure and Sony's infrastructure. And you got to remember the difference between Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo currently is that those people are pioneers of hardware. So they're just still hardware, and they invest in hardware. They invest in hardware, just like Microsoft. But they invest in hardware and software. Microsoft has hardware, but they're still not that guy when it comes to software. When it comes to the software piece, like you got to remember, like Sony was like, "Yo, we going to IBM to see what we can do with this chipset." So when it comes to architecture, you got to remember these in-house companies are still invested in. They're not interested in putting other people's patents in their boxes versus a PC. You know, Sony gets paid off HDMI ports till this day. So Sony is still something that they're going to be the ones, in my opinion, that's going to stay away from the clinches of the Microsoft blueprints. They use AWS for their infrastructure, even though Microsoft did offer some Azure contract with them. They like, nope, we're not using it. They're the PlayStation.
But do they do mobile gaming like Xbox? Do they do? They do.
No.
So they do. They mobile gaming department is still in development, as well as Game Pass and Xbox cloud gaming. I don't see it taking off as fast as it is right now because basically the way I see it is I look at how consumers interact with games. So when I'm at work and I seen a lot of bare bones sell this holiday season, and the bare bone that sold the most really was the PlayStation version of the bare bone. And guess what? That's not good for Microsoft's cloud gaming service because I'm seeing people playing Call of Duty at home on their PlayStation console versus the current Xbox infrastructure. So as well as there's no subscription. So like the PlayStation Portal, that was probably the top selling console accessory of the holiday season. And that was nothing but a streaming device that connects to your current infrastructure at home. You can't turn that thing on and it plays. So that is truly a missed opportunity on the Xbox side of things because that is locked to a Sony ecosystem. Why is it that Microsoft didn't drop a PlayStation Portal? See, that's where Microsoft always ends up being number 3. You have the Steam Deck. Sony said, hey, we're not trying to compete with the Steam Deck, but this is what we're releasing. So I think Sony has some kind of cool relationship with Steam. Like, this is not a Steam Deck, but the PlayStation Portal sold very, very well. And all it does is it connects to the Wi-Fi and calls the current PlayStation at the house. So,
okay.
So it don't play no games. It don't connect to Game Pass. It doesn't even connect to a service. And because it's not even a service, it's a feature of the device. So it's no monthly fee to actually utilize that PlayStation Portal versus Game Pass is still a service with a monthly fee to cloud. So their cloud initiatives are completely different. But the PlayStation Portal sold a lot of. So it's what you say? Go
So
ahead.
I'm a bit confused on what you're saying. You're saying Xbox is going about it the wrong way, and
I don't
PlayStation
think
is
I
doing
don't
it
think
better,
Xbox is
or
going about it the wrong way. I think it's just a
and
missed
we're
opportunity that they missed out on. Like they
like a
Sony just
handheld version.
the handheld version because that tells you how the consumer still thinks. They want an exclusive piece to play console gaming on. Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people do not like mobile gaming. I'm one of them.
I hate it.
Mobile
I'm
gaming.
not a big on it either.
I
I
mean,
understand.
I could play Mobile Legends on my phone or something like that, but it's just I still don't want to. I don't want to play a RPG on my phone. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
because the relationship that I have with my phone is still is the experience is annoying. I'm trying to play a game on Game Pass on my mobile phone, and I'm still getting text messages. I don't like that.
So when you
Mom,
were
leave me
talking
alone.
about
I'm
it,
doing a
when we were
raid.
talking right, when you were talking about it, I was thinking more about the computer than anything. With everybody using Steam, and everybody said, "Oh, you can get 200 and what you get 240 on whatever on like instead of the 120 hertz on a computer versus on a and then everybody's gonna want to do that unless they come out with a console that does
But
that, So
but this
because
right here,
like no
this
no
right
like.
here is still the mobile market, the mobile console market.
Mhm.
There's still the PlayStation Portal still proves that this market is very profitable because people want to play
What's
the
the
game.
PlayStation port? Well, I don't even. What is
So the
that?
PlayStation,
PlayStation Portal is basically a handheld device specifically made to play PlayStation games, and all it
Oh,
does is
okay.
connect to your PlayStation. What is it?
the PlayStation 5. All it does is
Yeah,
connect to your PlayStation 5 on public Wi-Fi. That's
and
all it
then you
does.
just play.
I think.
It,
Oh yeah, all right. I thought that. Honestly, I didn't know that
Here,
was
pops,
still
I
a
can read you
thing.
the article.
I mean, that's what you had in your hand, McPert.
no, that's the Nintendo Switch. So
That's a Switch. Okay.
this is an old system, right? So,
Okay.
but the PlayStation Portal came out last year. So it
But I
tells
think
you,
I seen it, but I didn't hear much about it. So like, I
yeah,
mean, I figure
It,
but
like,
it flew
is
under
this?
the radar. They were like,
it
"Hey,
flew
look,
under
you
the
can play mobile
radar
games.
as
All right,
well as
go buy a
it sold a
Right.
PlayStation."
lot of it sold better than what I expected. So it's not a
It
cloud
did.
system, but
Okay.
it plays only the PlayStation games you got at home. So as
Mm.
well as I see people in the workplace with these portals, people have the portal in their hand on the workplace Wi-Fi playing their Call of Duty. It's a it's like cheaper than the Steam Deck. It's not a Steam Deck and it's not a Switch, but it allows me to connect to my games at home. So Sony actually, as well as the Steam Deck itself, is more for the hardcore
How much is
enthusiasts.
it, Scorch?
It's
One
the
ninety nine.
PlayStation Portal is $199,
Oh,
so
that's not bad.
$285. It's not
That's not
bad,
bad.
and that's
Yeah.
only to play video
From you,
games
it's like
from your
right,
home. Yeah, in the other
right.
living room because
That's all it
Yeah.
does. It
I mean,
like
but like
to
that's
me,
kind of
it's
cool.
I
But
would
I mean,
buy
it's
it
like
if
a
Xbox had
yeah,
it because I've done that cloud gaming on
more
my phone
cloud
or
game.
iPad,
you can
and
do it
Mm-hmm.
on
while
your.
it's cool, it's
But that's the part
Yeah.
that's crazy. You didn't even think about it like this. What you just said, Scorch. You can do that same feature without even paying for the hardware. It's a free
Mhm.
feature of the PlayStation 5. So people bought a feature device, and that was like strange to me. Like, bro.
Right.
Meanwhile, Microsoft has this infrastructure and all this stuff, but I think the name Game Pass is a problem. I think the name doesn't specify what it all does. Game Pass Ultimate, terrible name. Yes, Game Pass Ultimate mixed with Game Pass regular and Game Pass PC, it doesn't specify that you can play these games on the go at all. Versus like we have the same thing with the Nvidia GeForce Now or whatever. Yes, I can install the GeForce Now on my TV and play eight hardcore games, but I believe the Nvidia name is getting in the way of that service. Like I heard
So
GeForce
failed
Now.
marketing. Is that what you're saying? It's like
I think
instead of calling it the Game Pass, be like the Xbox Cloud.
the Xbox Cloud sounds way better than the Game Pass Ultimate because it doesn't specify the feature set of the service of because Sony shouldn't have gotten away what they just got away with last year selling that PlayStation Portal. In my opinion, it's trash. Microsoft has the infrastructure already built. It can play the games. It can play the games on your Steam Pass, bro. I put the Xbox on my LG TV. I found the little mod with no system. I put the Xbox on the LG TV, played it through the browser. It already has the infrastructure. and it played decent. It doesn't play everything well, but like RPGs and certain slower frame games played extremely well. But Microsoft dropped the ball on that particular piece of Game Pass. No, the average consumer does not know that Game Pass Ultimate is a cloud streaming platform that lets you play games. They're doing terrible at marketing at that. They're not branding it correctly. And of course, it's not fast enough to really enjoy Halo because I tried it. Terrible.
Yeah, it's not.
But the principle is that you can play slower RPG games. You can play Starfield. You can play slow games. The audio is decent, but Microsoft should have never allowed that to happen. And I don't understand why they let that happen.
I think they should make their own handheld, Microsoft,
they definitely should.
Yeah, I know they have their own the phone that you can buy through them, where you plug it in and it becomes a controller through Bluetooth. I think that's dumb personally, but it should definitely be its own handheld. I take this with me and I play Xbox. Maybe I use my phone to connect it to the service, whatever, right? That's fine. But I want a device simply made for that. And
it should just be called the Xbox Go or something. I got the Xbox Go. I don't need to carry this, because I do know people that carry an Xbox controller and an iPad, and it sucked the way you have to do it on the iPad, because you got to go through the browser and create a little desktop icon to run it correctly. So
no, you download the Xbox app now.
Oh, they got the Xbox.
So the cloud gaming now is through the Xbox app. So you download it, and then you click on your Xbox, and it'll say remote play on the app, and then you just
that's the remote play feature of the Xbox. So you still connected to your home Xbox to do that feature.
Yeah.
See,
isn't that the same thing with the PlayStation Portal?
No. So there's another way. So if I did not want to connect to my Xbox and I wanted to play Game Pass Ultimate content directly, it has to run through the browser of the game. So
on the iPad, right?
On the iPad, yeah. So it's running through the browser. Yeah. So not connected to my Xbox at all. It's running through the browser of the iPad, which still sort of sucks, but that's the Apple thing. So instead of them having to deal with that and me having to carry a controller with me, they need to get their stuff together. And there was no way. That was a missed opportunity. And now you got 100, you got a couple, maybe you got 1 million. I don't know how many units of that device sold, of that PlayStation Portable, but there's 1 million. I'm going to say just estimate 300,000 PlayStation Portables sold. You don't think Sony is going to build on that infrastructure? They definitely are. And missed opportunity, because Sony doesn't even have an infrastructure that Microsoft has. But once again, the marketing department, Microsoft's marketing department always drops the ball and miss opportunities like that. And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to copy, and then they're going to say, and then the consumer hates people who copies for some reason. Oh, they just trying to copy the PlayStation Portable. Even though there's 3 devices that do the same thing, the consumer is not about copying. When you say somebody copies something, you're pretty much saying that y'all lack innovation. So the Xbox mobile handheld system, they're probably not interested in making hardware, but I don't understand it. Y'all make Microsoft Surfaces in the laptop market that's saturated with a bunch of bull crap. So they really need to sit down with themselves and make something that's going to be hot. Because if you could play Xbox to go on the cloud infrastructure, as well as figuring out how to make certain games run natively on the device, you might have a win, where you can download the PC. You can turn it to a hybrid Steam Deck in a way, where it connects to the Xbox store, download physical with a hard drive, a little bit lighter than the Steam Deck, and then you got the cloud service built into the device. So now I have a mini Xbox that, even if it only can play Xbox One games, not Xbox Series X games, they don't have to play that. If it play Xbox One and 360 games natively, I think that would be fine. And the other games can play through the cloud. That's just my opinion.
That's one of them things, you start thinking about what can make the world better that's not existing yet. They will have to be in development, and they might be. A lot of people, they may come up with an announcement next week that it's coming out, because that's what they do. They hide stuff till they pop it out can't think of what I saw in the last couple of weeks that was just like, oh, we just introduced something that wasn't out there. I don't know if it was something at CES or something like that. But it was the Apple.
Apple Vision.
Was it that's what I'm thinking? Like,
Yeah,
can you
Apple
see through it and stuff? Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's the Quest 3.
Yeah, the Quest 3, Apple Vision,
and the Apple Vision do the same thing.
I think they do the same. So I saw, for them, like it could be something, but like, it's weird. Like,
in they leaked documents, they did redevelop the Series X, but no one asked for that. What we really need is a new piece of hardware. Like, they waste their money investing in Kinect. Nobody really bought into the Kinect idea. Y'all put a webcam inside the Xbox. Some people played it, but
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish it.
The developers are not going to utilize that piece of hardware because it wasn't standard across the board. One, turning on your Xbox with the Kinect was pretty dope, but it wasn't a feature that was adopted by the masses, as well as developers did not utilize that piece of hardware. But
what they're going to have to do is find a new. If they continue the console game, the thing about consoles, if you're going to play crossover games, like people can play from Steam or whatever, they need to have a console that can keep up with it. Like a console, like I don't like to hear that I need to get a computer to play 240, hertz, 240 hertz. I mean, but I'm saying like people can do it.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do it, because the consumer ain't really about to spend $700 plus on the console yet. They don't have the psyche.
I mean, like, hey, we say that every year. We say that.
I'm just saying.
We say that every year, and every year we are spending more. They're like, are we ready to spend $100 on a video game? That's gonna happen.
So no. So what happened with the PS3? It was marked too damn high when it dropped. The consumer has a certain way. The console consumer has a certain way of what they're going to buy. If they're going to spend $700 on a console, guess what their psyche is going to say? Especially a smart consumer. If I'm going to spend $700 on a console, I might as well get a PC. That's
the PC that's more powerful to equal that is going to be $2,000.
No,
you know what I mean? So
wait. You're saying
a gaming computer? How much is like that?
A gaming computer?
I know. I've been out of
same thing as an Xbox Series X is minimum $500.
Okay.
And you
probably do $40 left. Like, there's videos of people doing it.
Yeah. Doing what, Scorsese? You
building
broke up
a computer that can play games just as good as the Xbox Series X or better.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can build it.
Well, I haven't built a computer in years, so I don't know what's the new. Which say Scorch?
It's hard.
The thing is, the gaming market has to stay at a certain price point, because if it goes too high, what's going to happen is you might as well buy a gaming computer.
Right. How much is the PlayStation 5? I saw people spending like $499, but then we saw at the beginning of the launch when people were on eBay and they were selling it for $799. I know why they were doing it. Like, I understand why they were doing it, but I mean, like,
but that's because of out of desperation of the.
No, I understand that. But as you watch over time, like, I've seen this trend, and I'm not saying it should be done. I'm more so saying that if they're going to continue with this console thing, they're going to have to. What are your specs, Trey? If you don't mind putting it in there, like your computer, I'm curious.
Well. PCs have multiple functions.
Right. No, I understand it.
So I understand. That's the other investment piece. $500 is $499. The next Nintendo is rumored to be $499. That's the rumor. Rumor.
Wow.
So that's just saying the game console has been trickling up a little bit because of the PC parts that's being put in them, like solid state drives and things like that. But once you get to a $700 price tag, as a whole, we got to think about the single moms with 5 kids, and their kids are begging for this. Like, they are not going to drop that bag on the console that's going to say that number. We're talking. I
disagree. They are dropping them on Jordan, so like I will. Disagree. I'm not saying that. Like
I understand what you're saying. They will drop them on Jordans, but you got to look at the bigger number. They're going to look at
right.
if they're going to look at a system and say, "Oh boy, that's $700. I can buy all
Right.
4 Jordans."
Right. I mean, like I'm telling you, like we watched this inflation thing kick out, but I mean, like, and it goes up and down. I mean, I remember 10 years ago, gas was $5.
I
When
understand the
and it's
inflation
like,
part, but we're
yeah.
talking about the pricing of a gaming
Say what,
console.
Scorch?
No, I
I know what you're talking about.
What's that?
Yeah, gas money. That's what.
I mean,
But I mean, it's just one of them things. Like over time, you just see it go up, and you're like,
but
I didn't know. Like,
the consumer is not trained, because then they're going to say, "What games do I get? Do I get 2 controllers for that price?" The game consumer is going to question the value that's in the box versus what literally. Are you giving me a webcam? Like Microsoft tried to do that with the Series X. I mean, the Xbox One. They literally try to sell you a Kinect. And what did gamers do? They try to create this beautiful bundle, and the consumer said, "We don't want that camera.
Yeah.
We're buying the Xbox without it because it's cheaper." Even though Microsoft really, really wanted you to have that camera so they could see you on the couch. But once again, that value was not valuable to that consumer. So guess what? Kinect died. It was a waste of R&D for the Xbox money. They could have, what they built Kinect with, they could have discounted the Xbox One.
Yeah, they could have. No,
when I go to buy things, I always like look at it like, okay, when the new consoles got announced, it was like, okay, which one's more expensive and what games am I playing? I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Halo because Halo's cool, right? I like Halo, and I'm like, okay, what's the cheapest Xbox? Oh, $299. Okay, what's the difference between this one and that one? Oh, this one's 1080p. This one's 720.
You should know, Pops. Guess what? Let's talk about this pricing again. Remember when we bought our Xbox 360? It was the core and the premium. They had 2 versions of the Xbox. They had that $299 one, which was cheap to get people entry level into the console market, and then we had the one where we needed the hard drive. Most of us opted in for the hard disk because we knew.
Right.
Do you know how many cores Microsoft sold, and eventually people had to buy hard drives anyway? So that tells you how that consumer thinks. Microsoft created 2 SKUs for the Xbox. Even right now, we still have a 2 SKU system. Look, bro, we got this one, and then we still have this box. This is the cheap one. But even though this is efficient, we still have a 2 SKU system. So because Microsoft is,
and that's what I think the next like. What's supposed to be in this new X Series X?
Nothing. Just a CD drive missing. You losing value?
I mean, I thought it would.
So it's a while back. There was a leak calling the next Xbox the Brooklyn, and it was circular, and it looked like a router, and it was no disk drive.
Looks like a router,
and it was priced at $499. And all it is was looking at the stats or the specs. All it was just a better antenna inside than what's currently.
So wow! So it wasn't like
literally no point in buying it.
It wasn't gonna like. So when you see the people, Scorch, you play Xbox on the Series X, right, Scorch?
Yeah.
So when you're playing against people who talk about the computers and stuff like that,
so there is a difference between the computer and the Xbox. One, the Xbox is you're locked at a frame rate of whatever the Xbox can handle without getting super hot and burning up. Whereas the computer, it's like I have 4 fans in here, and I have a huge graphics card that can handle this game, and a CPU that's better than what's in the Xbox, and I can max it out. I'm not locked behind some like weird interface or whatever. I can go into the settings and say, hey, when we play Halo Infinite, shut everything else in the background off. Just focus on running this game at a whatever frame rate I want.
Right. I'm just wondering because, like, to me, that seems to be like being the person that's gaming, and like it's weird. I'm an in between, like casual, and then I like to compete, So, but I know if I'm competing against somebody on a computer with better internet and all that stuff, I'm kind of like,
I mean, that's a different situation though. But
the internet's different.
Yeah, the internet's different, and then the NIC cards on the back of there's a whole bunch of variables with that. But the thing is, why do we have this console? It's because it's cheaper to make and it's an entry point to the market. So these, like I said, the game consumer is very, very very finicky about spending a certain dollar amount on hardware.
They also
Even though-
look at it like this. Like if you get a computer, it's like, okay, I'm getting a computer because I want to do X, Y, and Z, right? If I'm not gonna game on it, I want something for gaming, right? But I don't want to spend the $1,200 on another computer just to play games. I'd rather spend $500 on an Xbox and I can run the games that I want. Yeah, it's not gonna be unlimited frame rate, but I can play it and not have to worry about other stuff on it. And if I want to, keyboard and mouse, right?
And
like
with his generation, that generation is funny about frame rates and the latency and like because they have a different gaming habit. So guess what? This hardware is always going to be locked, and you're not going to get no advantage. I can't put a killer NIC inside of this Xbox versus somebody is putting killer NIC inside of a PC. So once you hit a $700, once you get to a $700 piece of hardware that only does this, you might as well just spend the money on a PC.
You can watch YouTube and play Halo.
As well as at $700, you can invest a little bit more money and get a dang on laptop that can be more powerful than both of these.
And it's portable.
And it's portable. Back 360 back around to our original conversation.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely crazy out there, man, with these consoles, man. Let's see.
It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, let me see.
So
Trade's PC was $500, an i5 600K, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you have a last time we talked, you had a 2080 Ti or a 1080. Yeah, that's more powerful than an Xbox, or just as powerful.
And then the thing is about his PC, it lasts longer because this console cycle is about to be dead. We are already talking about the end of a console cycle. So his PC can actually be upgraded without him buying another piece of investment. He can upgrade his i5 to an i7, and that's in that processor. He can upgrade that memory to 32 gigabytes and spend a little bit. Maybe he'll spend
just shy of 500. Yeah,
let's just be cheap,
depending on where you get it.
Yeah, depending on where he get it. Then guess what? He can play the next generation at a base level, minimum specs. He'll be able to play beyond the Xbox Series X a little bit, but he's playing entry level Series X, but it's still going to work with his previous hardware. So
and he can do other things too.
Yeah, he can do other things. He better not be doing other things, sir.
Like make YouTube videos. I don't know where you were going with this.
Hey, other things. He can do other things. That's all I'm saying.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing like
that. Keep your door locked, Trey. Keep your door locked.
So you see, I got that Intel Arc video card. Like I didn't have to get I didn't need a gaming card, but it can game on it, and the Intel Arc can play Call of Duty at very, very good. Like, and it has like AI and ray tracing. It has a lot of capabilities. So it's interesting to see how things work and the Microsoft framework of things. I think portable gaming is still important, and I think Microsoft dropped the ball on the portable gaming market.
I had a graph that I found on LinkedIn, and it showed the money market value for gaming. Let me see if I can find it. I sent it to someone. Let's see. Oh, how far back was that?
I lost my run time with how long the show been going on.
An hour and 3.
Hour 3 minutes.
Oh, that's
You're
cool.
welcome.
Yeah.
That'll be $5.99.
Because when I rolled my monitor over, my stuff like glitched. So hour 3, that's good, man. That's what's up. So
it's just the natural. I'm loving this.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to edit out my email address popped up on the stream. I'm not too happy about that, but it's okay. Yeah. It ain't like we got a million people watching at this moment of time anyway.
You get a lot of sorry when they
Once I find it, I'll bring it up again on the next podcast.
Speaking of this, hold on. So let's go back to that Brooklyn real quick. If y'all haven't know, we have a website. It's called TiCGamesNetwork.com. And let's go show Pops what we were talking about earlier, since Pops is not keeping up with the news.
No sleep.
So currently, this is the version of our website. It's not the perfect. Matter of fact, this is a little drop Prince and Pops play streamed on the Xbox channel. But let's look at these leaked documents. You can find this on here. So what Scorch was talking about, Pops, is that this Wi-Fi antenna is a wireless 6. So pretty much it's I haven't really experienced Wi-Fi 6, so I don't know if it's really going to be
It's not.
that. Yeah, I still prefer a wired
It's
connection.
it's still the Wi-Fi 6E. The way I understand it is like there's more channels the Wi-Fi can or the internet can go through,
And
or
the
something like
speed
that.
is faster. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's
it's
like
still one of
it's
those
still
things.
too new, in my opinion.
And see, this ain't no real marketing. Like, I don't know what the all new South Bridge means. Like, I know what South Bridge chips mean. It has USB-C and it has 2 terabytes of hard drive space. So that's the only advantage that it really
Yeah,
has. But that price, $499, nah,
You're
it's
better
not.
off buying an extended hard drive or whatever for $50, and there you go. That's your extra terabyte.
So speaking of that, we're gonna change our gears a little bit, but we're gonna stay on Xbox subject. I wrote an article called "The Golden Days of Xbox: Why Xbox Version 1 Was Better." Look at this value you got with this Xbox. You got a headset, a controller, a hard drive. It just looks valuable. Like
That's what I had growing up.
yeah, it looked like you
The
got a
what?
lot for your money. But I like Xbox One original, mainly because let me get back to the stream, but I ranted about it, so you can check that article out on tickgamesnetwork.com. But I enjoyed Xbox One and Xbox 360 more than the current gen, mainly because everybody talked. You didn't have people hiding behind parties. I think party chat is one of those features that fragments gaming. What y'all think about that?
It's funny because when we're playing, when I do stuff, I get quiet, like they can hear me, like the proximity chat happens, it kicks in. So when I'm doing something, Pop, say something, I'm sneaking because I'm thinking they can hear me. I do. Well, that's as the technology.
Because me and you would have never met if we were behind parties with our friends.
Yeah, we wouldn't have, because it was just matchmaking actually parties that. I mean, the thing is they still have that, but it's not like that's not the first thing that happened. People will jump in the party really quick. I like being able to talk like that, but at the same time, you say Scorch.
Oh no.
I like being able to game chat when I don't know people. So. Yeah, I mean, it's almost. It seems it seems to be the same to me because you could do both.
Yeah, but the masses don't adopt party chat though. Like, there's a lot of games that's just quiet. Like, there's a lot of games that people don't talk.
Right.
Like the value of the headset.
But it was kind of always that way.
I mean, true.
I know what you mean.
Because you had no choice but to play with other people.
Right.
Like, even if there was an annoying kid, I think the annoying kids, you used to not be able to block them in the game. But I feel like it took the social experience out of party chat. Has took the social experience out of certain games. I feel like if me, I don't have no friends on Halo. I want to play Halo competitively, but I have no friends. I feel like certain modes should mandate voice chat.
No.
Like games like Rainbow Six.
No, dude. I was so happy when Black Ops took away that
listen.
destroy requirement.
A game like Rainbow Six requires communication to really play, right? Like, if not, you're not going to enjoy that particular IP. Like, you cannot play Rainbow Six without talking correctly. And if you own the game, you might as well get the full value of the game of communicating with the people in a party. Like, oh, there's some dudes behind you. Oh, whoop-de-whoop. Like, you don't know where the other players at. So some games, that communication piece is essential. And Rainbow Six is one of them. I'm just saying, like, voice mode
I get you.
Should be a feature of it doesn't say that it's mandated, but some of the games should have a mode where it's mandated. Like
it's funny that Scorch is okay with not doing it. You want to do it. I'm like, man, either way, it's funny that it's like that because that's what when we talk. And that's what's cool about our podcast is we have 3 different generations and we have 3 different ideas about how we look at everything and stuff like that. And we could represent a bigger number than most people because we really don't technically agree on just about anything. So it's cool. We all got our favorites and the stuff we dislike. But when you start thinking about the whole big picture of everything, there's going to be people that benefit from every thought of all of it, you know. So like when I can see where talk only game, you know, a mode or whatever.
I mean, but
and see what
and
you know Halo may not have enough people, you know, playing to do that, but at least if you did do that, then you got, you know.
But this is why, like, I'm switching gears a little bit. This is why the Oculus is doing well, though. The Oculus is doing extremely well because of its communication. Because you can talk to people in real time. You can hide, but normally when you go into a game, it's like the old school.
Find you.
like I don't like some of those social games that's on there. But if I'm going into a game that most of the games are social experiences, like if you're going into their Raft 2, it's an MMO that you physically can talk in. Like there ain't no, like, World of Warcraft is mouse and keyboard, but a World of Warcraft with voice, yeah, it can be annoying. But if you can have party chat and you literally talking to your friends in real time or talking to the stranger that you bring into the environment, or if you're going into the central marketplace, like, you got to remember, I played Phantasy Star Online on the Xbox, and that the selling point of Phantasy Star Online on Xbox was you can now talk to people in the lobbies. That was the selling point of that version of the game. Prior to that version, you had to talk to people through mouse and keyboard. I had a Dreamcast keyboard. Like, oh, Xbox, you could talk to people, bro. It was like groundbreaking. So it just depends on what you play, I think. But Oculus, most of the games are social experiences. You meet new friends, as well as adding people to your Facebook account if you choose to. But you literally get to meet people attached to Facebook. That's one of the dangerous things I don't like about Oculus, because if you act crazy in Oculus, they put that data in your Facebook profile, so you can't really you can't really smack talk. You can't really smack talk on Oculus without penalties because they know exactly who you are. Like, you tell a little kid something crazy, Mark Zuckerberg looking at you. He about to call the feds on you.
No, I think I personally want the option to choose in games. I remember when Call of Duty, you wanted to play Search and Destroy, you had to go to game chat. The only way to get out of that was doing a private chat, which you could do on the 360, where it was like a one-on-one. And that was the only way to get out of that. And I hated going into game chat just because it's like, yo, I want to communicate and win. I got some kid yelling in my ears, somebody trash talking me. I'm getting hate messages. Like, I hate this. This is annoying.
Speaking of that little kid screaming, I remember, didn't Microsoft was supposed to implement like a grown-up AI where it's supposed to filter out those kind of people and put everybody into this? Like, if you a smack talker, smack talkers is supposed to be with smack talkers. You remember that? That was a part of a...
I don't remember that. All I know recently is that you can record party chat conversations and use that to report people now. In game chat and party chat. And
yeah, at one point of time, Microsoft, I forgot which video it was, but they were talking about smack talkers would be with smack talkers. If you, this kind of gamer, like, they had this social dynamic system built in, but I don't think they really implemented it in.
The gamer rep, I remember that on the 360.
Yeah,
I know it was like
gamer
like, oh, this is a good person. This is a bad person. This guy gets reported a
so
lot.
Eventually,
but nothing happened.
All the bad people would have been in the party, but I guess they never really implemented. Where everybody that was like each other would have been, like, all the Grand Theft Auto thugs would have been in parties and playing games with GTA thugs. But maybe they couldn't do it.
They could do it now. Oh, they totally could.
Yeah, they definitely could. They definitely need to bring it back, man. Shoot. Hey, this has been an interesting podcast today, man.
It has been.
So, man, we didn't talk about skins. We talked about finances. We watched the video of the non-conglomerate. Your boy said he's not a conglomerate. I guess we got different market perception of the company and the CEO, because he don't think he's a conglomerate. I think he does.
They're gonna say what you need, what they think you want to hear.
They didn't heard the wrong thing.
or try to sound like we're just this small independent company because that's what's popular to say. Like come
Yeah,
on,
no, you're not that.
you're literally the most biggest company.
Yeah,
One of the most biggest companies.
for real, man. So
Say GTA 6 surpasses Minecraft to become the second most watched game trailer of all time.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I believe that
Cool, cool,
Minecraft. I
cool.
mean, Minecraft is definitely has its genre, but GTA has everybody under
Well,
the scope.
Minecraft is getting killed by its developers. I don't know if you've heard that or been a part of the
Which,
circle. So
what
like
does that mean?
everyone hates Mojang because you've split the community up into two. Well, I mean it's technically been split, but there's Bedrock Edition and then there's Java. And
Hmm.
Bedrock is like, okay, you can play with Xbox people, PlayStation, and console, and it's like great, cool. Then there's Java, and everybody hates the developers because it's like it takes 6 months for one new thing to get added, and people have to vote on it. Where it's like a modder can take the weekend off or the week off, and he can add 10 new things and 20 other things in a small little pack for $1 that you can download.
Is that a Mojang thing or a Microsoft thing?
It seems to be a Mojang thing from what I've been hearing.
But Microsoft owns Mojang, so you don't think that they split in that market to be compliant with console?
All I know is that if you want something, you have to pay for it. But if it's gonna get added to the base Minecraft game, it'll take 6 months, and the community has to vote on it.
Wow, that's sort of sucky. That's one thing about console gaming, that console gamers spend more money. I think PC
Yeah,
gamers are more
we want it our way.
yeah, they're more creative. What should I say? So that's an interesting thing. That sort of sucks that the community's fragmented. Hopefully they get their stuff in order to fix that. As a matter of fact, bring some of those modders to the Xbox community. Allow modding on somebody mod mode.
No, they have done that. They've
mean-
brought some people over and like, all right, we'll throw it on the Xbox marketplace, and it's like, now we got to pay for it.
Now we got to pay for it. Yeah, it's one of those things. Dang. Speaking of these games, like like, man, what's new? What do you have planned to play this year? By the way,
Power World and Denfall or Wolf Den or Wolf Den.
let's. I don't know if we can actually stream trailers in live without getting hit with copyrights. I'm not going to do that. I got to read about.
There's a couple games I want to go back and play that I missed. I want to play the new updated Resident Evil 4. We had to play on Wi-Fi, not on Wi-Fi, on mobile network a couple days ago because of the storm, and I was playing Resident Evil 4, and I had fun with that, and it made me want to play the new version of it, and I want to go back. I haven't gotten to Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, and I want to go back and revisit my Kingdom Hearts. So I don't have anything new that I'm thinking about,
Yeah,
Wolf, Den of Wolves. That's what the game is. It's a co-op heist game.
yeah. I'm trying to just complete my my backlog. I got too many games that I wanted to play.
I thought he was gonna say that too.
I gotta complete my battle pass and
Right, that's what I thought he was gonna say. Honestly,
I've been playing Yakuza 5, trying to complete that and beat Yakuza 6. So behind on that series.
I feel like I gotta go and play
MCC.
the new no. The new Zeldas. I haven't did any of the new
They're
Zeldas.
fun. I played it for my nephew.
Yeah, I got both of them.
Exactly, Prince. Exactly. You tell him, Prince. You
What
tell him.
Right?
Right?
You better get honest.
Hurry up already.
Games. Oh man. So I mean, the thing is too, like, there's a new Kingdom Hearts that's in development. That's supposed to be for this current cycle. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Is
Kingdom
it a
Hearts.
continuation?
I'm 3
of the story
behind,
or a
bro.
side
Like,
quest?
I'm sad.
I'm like 6 behind, bro, because I ain't never played all those Dream.
I didn't play those. I don't count those.
No, they definitely count because
And then they count in side story, but like 1,
No, they count
2.
for the
I only
main
played
story
1 and
now.
2. I hear that.
Which
but,
ones?
like,
Which ones?
there's, 1, 2, and 3.
all
Those
the 1, 2,
little
and
side games.
with 1, 2, and 3, you can't play them in that order because there's missing stuff, man. If you want the overall full story about Anthem and the boys, you got to play it all. Like, that's one of the things that drove me nuts. Where when they did Kingdom Hearts 1. What was it? The card game for the GBA. Like, how you gonna put the rest of the story of what happened
Right.
in between? You did Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and then you put because there was issues with the story. You put it on a Game Boy Advance cartridge.
Right.
Story, and then you gave me all these DS versions of the game, which.
Hey, 365 days /2. That was what I was playing, man.
Yeah, and that one's a very important piece to the story.
That was the most confusing part. What do you mean?
I need to get my Xbox 360 back in the play. I got one.
You know that
I want to play guitar.
Speaking of that, the company called Harmonix, I think they call Harmonix, they're making those compatible with the current Xbox because they want to let you play Fortnite version of Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah. They bought the company. Fortnite bought the company. Or Epic.
They did say something.
Epic bought that company.
Yeah, Epic bought the people that made Rock Band and all that. Or not Rock Band, Guitar Hero.
Oh wow!
They announced that there was an article saying like, "Oh yeah, we have the people who did that." So that's why
they have the source codes. That's crazy.
Sorry about
you making all that noise. What's that?
I was trying to just grab something else.
yeah, dude got a whole treasure box over there.
Yeah.
Man, so you got any?
So I'm looking. No, y'all can start. I'll think for some. Scorch.
Everything.
Closing thoughts.
I didn't know we were closing, man. Man, that was quick.
No.
Well, I can eat too. Like I still got time to eat.
Yeah, it's 9:00 around here. I gotta get to the grocery store, get some food in my tummy.
I gotta edit a
video. It's 11 o'clock around here.
11 o'clock on the dot. Give me the.
Shooting up streets. You need to get an Onyx next week, cause Prince picking with he. Yeah, you know Onyx. You ain't no Onyx.
Ah man, I was in Halo 5.
How dare you love Halo and don't got an Onyx?
You know why? It's cool, and I don't mind. It's because we play with more people, and if I grind with a set of 4 for like 6 hours, I probably get hit it. But I can't play with Scorch because Scorch can't play with. That's sad. I really would wish that they'll fix that. Prince, be quiet. But
excuses.
Yeah.
Excuses.
Is that like? So yeah. I didn't know we were getting off this fast, but it's cool. I like that was quick. I'm still. I guess to have a
it's an hour and 20 right now in counting.
Just hour and 20, but it's cool. That an hour and 30 is like really cool for a podcast. I mean, we're just starting the year off. There's not a lot of news, so if we're gonna go over news and stuff like that, there has to be news. So just make up some.
I mean, there's
Twitter and LinkedIn, and then just start following people.
Yeah, I just told Pops to get his dang on LinkedIn up because we got a lot of stuff to get popping. Yeah, for real.
It's funny how like I'm old school and new school at the same time, but it's cool. Like I'm kind of my own conglomerate.
Excuses. Hey, that's my new.
Call this one the conglomerate episode.
So our next episode, we're going to. I want to introduce our new segment called PMSing. You know what that means?
Ooh.
What does that mean? Personal messages?
Hey, explain PMS, what you PMSing about. Explain it.
Yeah, it's just really us raging about things that's out there, like going really hard about our feelings about it, like it was, like if we felt highly emotional about things. PMSing is just Pops, me, Perk, and Scorch. So we're gonna be PMSing about things. So.
Yeah. So matter of fact, let's do it.
They taught that in 6th grade, Scorch. So like you're too old.
Let's hold on. We're gonna do a beta test freestyle right now. What are you PMSing and gaming about? Me, Pops, and Scorch. PMS. So guess what? Pops, you got a PMS about gaming right now because it starts with the letter P.
I told you, man, my biggest PMS rant about freaking gaming is I don't like that it's not even across the board when we're multi-playing and rank on certain games. I don't think it should be even somehow. Somehow, I like I don't want someone else's internet being better than mine make them better than me like that. It should be some way to fix that at this point.
There is. It costs money, and they don't have that.
Hey, that's my rant about gaming right now. And I'm probably going to rant about that more, but I'll find more to rant about. That's my major rant right now. If I can say what's got me PMSing out here is that.
Every week, Pops is like, I lost my Diamond 2. I got my Diamond 3. Lost my Diamond 3. Lost Diamond 2.
And before anybody say anything, PMS is just us raging Pops, McPerk, and Scorch. We'll have some graphics up to say that.
And I got a bloody one right here. I'm greedy companies not putting the gamer first. Y'all sit in those board of director offices and don't care about what we own. I'm so sick of your investors influencing how I play. I'm PMSing about business practices and garbage battle passes. Y'all need to get your stuff together. And that's what I'm PMSing about. And it's bloody. Yeah. Quickly. Scorch, what you PMSing about?
Scorch, what are you?
I'm PMSing about the job market because, I'm still looking for a job in it. I'm just mad that there's no entry levels positions at all these big companies and whatnot. It's all like senior things. It makes me mad. I don't know. PMS.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me add the PMS to his statement. He's PMSing because you stupid employers, aka investors, want your old talent with no fresh skills, and y'all don't have no entry level jobs for new talent in the industry because you people say we don't have time to try to develop young talent, but you need fresh ideas. It's just like the cybersecurity industry. You can't get new talent because y'all don't open up the doors and y'all not willing to pay. That's what we PMSing today. That's what we PMSing about, and that's what we saying today.
Take the cue from us. Look at 3 generations out here working together to make it happen. That's what it is. That's what it's about
gaming.
Right.
Man, that was a bloody PMS. Gotta make these viral clips just to get people in. You know what I'm saying? Can't be bland all the time. So, that might work for our social media posts.
It escalated very quickly.
PMS.
That's funny.
That was funny. Man, but
so, final thoughts, Scorch?
Of anything?
Just anything. What you think about the new year, new stream?
New year.
A lot of stuff.
Excited to see what's coming out. I'm excited for some new games coming out. Wish there was more unique titles from AAA's, but there isn't. So excited to see what the indie community does with their titles, and I don't know. We're strapped in and just waiting at this point. It's too soon to tell what's gonna happen.
For me, I'm excited to find out what's going on with this new Nintendo hardware because I'm so sick of all the rumors of this Nintendo. I'm sick of the speculation. It's time for Nintendo just to, I don't know, man, give us some information, man. Show us a new Mario game or something.
Show us what you got. Dude, Mario can turn into an elephant now.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
But Nintendo's innovative. That's crazy. What about you, Pops?
Me, I'm the life guy. I'm everything is looking cool. I'm seeing upgrades in everybody's life. I'm excited to see what this podcast, how it grows, because we're all, even since the last time we streamed, we've all grown more and more things we're doing separately and together. So I'm really, really excited about what's popping up behind our scenes with everybody. Hits right here, Big Perk. I know you got some great things going on. Scorch too. I do too. So, and they're all gonna come together and make this this podcast even bigger, and in the gaming industry, we're going to take that over. Eventually, we'll get more games and test them and check them out and have more to say about the news. But right now, it's a great start, man.
Yeah.
The PMS rant, oh my gosh, that's something else.
TiC Live Show. I was going to save it next week, but I was like, you know what? I might as well just.
That's a good start.
It was warm up. It was warm up for me.
My body got PMS. I got that sweat juice under my arm.
Oh,
Getting wrinkly.
So TiC Podcast. So TiC Podcast is we're going to keep that show reserved when we bring our. Let me explain a little. Let's switch some gears real quick.
Yep.
Do some of our new products and how things work. So the TiC Podcast, we're going to reserve the name for our podcast when we get to interview people. So for now on, when we do these shows, it's the TiC Live Show. So that's going to be the official name of our show, the TiC Live Show. And the next time we'll be live is going to be January 31st, which is we're going to try to do these shows every 2 weeks on a I can't even think of the word.
Sunday?
On a consistent schedule. No, the 31st, January 31st.
It's a Wednesday, Scorch.
I don't know. I thought he was trying to say Sunday.
No.
Oh, no, he said
schedule. My mind moving so fast. I'm looking at
schedule,
you. Trying to get some food. So January 31st will be our next broadcast of the TiC Live Show. And currently we're going to shut down TiC Games Network for a couple weeks because we're going to redevelop the platform and add some more features. So TiC Games Network will be down.
Under construction.
And as well as if you want to be a part of the team or you want to be a part of the show, you can always email us at admin@ticgamesnetwork.com. And hey, got some news or some things you want us to talk about, shoot us an email. We will get some props up and we will have some more things. But hey, for the fans, by the fans, TiC Live Show. The TiC Live Show. I got to get
Live Show.
I got to get this branding right. So the TiC Live Show, like I got to get that all worked up in my mind. So still new to myself and the team, but we thought about this like 2 weeks ago. So it was like it was discussed it. So the TiC Live Show. And this was the TiC Live Show. So, we have Pops, Scorch, aka Dark Scorch, and McPurr. And this is the Inner Circle Live Show. Yeah. Y'all have a good night and drink water, stay hydrated, and we will holler at y'all next time. Thank you for watching and coming to the show. For the fans, by the fans.